This looks promising.
Indeed. It would be much better if I did not have to listen to this tribal beating, but otherwise it is quite enjoyable.
Oh goodness.
Scratch one more.
Sir Anderson, this fellow appears to be beating his drums in his room as we speak.
Come on, let's go.
Truly barbaric and disgusting music that is.
Indeed.
Target neutralized.
I've never understood the appeal of it.
Cover.
Good lord.
Guerrilla
Guerrilla warfare. I have honestly grown to despise guerrilla warfare or traps used by such warriors, especially after my time in the war.
Ah, the war.
Indeed, the war.
I struggled
warfare
with
did
post-traumatic
so much
stress disorder after for many years after the war.
Really, I could not tell. Quite unfortunate, really. Many of mine succumbed to what could be described as shell shock. And
Combat fatigue also.
again.
It's been a heck of a war.
Quite distasteful.
I've never understood the appeal of that music. All they do is talk about women and money and jewels and cars, all things they will never have.
Indeed, it is like I'm dealing with the aristocracy we were sent to overthrow in the war.
Quite.
Quite annoying and most disrespectful to our service for our country.
Excuse me, wild Negro. I do not wish to listen to your tribe music in this video.
Bomb deactivated.
This annoying music is
We
quite
lost that round, but
distasteful.
it's not over yet. Get ready for the next one.
You just don't listen. We may have
Search
to
and
use this
destroy.
one.
I'm out.
You would best be joking. There's no way that a dual M1911 barrage could have withstanded any sort of hits.
It was a good play up until that point, Johnson.
Good lord, this young black Negro man is spamming his music through his microphone.
Perhaps we should mute him so quickly.
Indeed, he is a rather
Oh, he
ignorant
ceased.
fellow.
Dude, I'm
Oh, never
gay.
mind.
Dude, indeed so.
That is
Indeed, I'm
muted.
gay.
You two, Charlottes, mute that fellow.
Oh my god, I am gay. Indeed.
Well,
There appears to
Why
be a
are you
prepubescent male.
It appears you are gay.
do you have significant evidence to prove your statement, young sir?
Although I wouldn't
Yes, you're
agree with him,
gay,
I
you
am indeed quite
stupid
happy.
Oh,
It
that
is the
whole
dictionary
equal.
definition of that word.
This young fellow seems to be inserting his microphone down his throat to get to his vocal cord. I
Oh
don't
God,
think
shut
that
up.
he understands that he can read the sound outside of his mouth.
Indeed. Although it might be an attempt to make his voice sound deeper, he is rather young. And he does sound like a woman. I mistook him for one momentarily there. Actually, now that I think about it, young man, does your mother know you're playing this game? You are rather
Good
young.
job, team. Get ready for the next round.
Thank you, Father, proving our point, Sir Goldson.
Indeed. He does not seem to be able to comprehend the fact that we are indeed smarter than him. Or that
Quite.
most people are.
You stupid.
Cambiando cargador.
Excellent marksmanship up until that point, Sir Lots.
Indeed. Alright, it would appear that Sir Shankerson and Sir Todd are the only ones
They
left.
destroyed your tactical insertion.
I don't think they realize they're going to be planting at B and that they're behind them.
Let's just say I'm not going to place any bets.
True, true. It is still quite young. The round, that is. Although I shall be disappointed if they lose this. It is, after all, the last round that we have.
Bomb is armed.
Or lose. What in God's name is Sir Shankerson doing?
He appears to be inspecting the spent primers on the back of those live 50 caliber rounds. How peculiar.
Indeed. Quite unsightly behavior for a man of his caliber.
Enemy spy plane
He is
above.
moving now, at least.
You'll see what he can do.
Indeed, I do suspect we shall be losing, though.
Cúbreme que estoy recargando.
Oh, bad throw. You'd best go for the... Oh, good lord.
Oops.
Quite.
Quite an unfortunate
Bomb
throw,
acquired.
but it worked before. Ah, Sir Anderson has taken to his elephant hunting skills with his sniper rifle. His quickscoping abilities have not disimproved.
Not disimproved.
Oh, good show up until then, Sir Anderson. I must say,
Right.
your abilities with that rifle of
lost that
yours
round,
have
but
not
it's not over
disimproved
yet.
since our
Get
elephant
ready for
hunting
the next
expedition.
one.
Thank you, sir.
I must say, it
Although
was a
then
long time ago now, wasn't it?
It was indeed. The 500 was a glorious rifle. Puts those elephants down with a problem.
Indeed.
Who'd I get with that?
That would be me, sir.
The bomb has been
Where
planted.
did I hit you at? Like, where were you?
Our spy plane in the air.
As in my location on the map.
Oh, you got lucky as shit.
Wait, did you watch it?
Yes, I did.
Did you like it?
Target neutralized.
I didn't necessarily have an emotional reaction to it, no. I didn't find it moving in one extreme or the other,
It
unfortunately.
was a random.
I'm sorry your art was not appreciated,
Well, I'm sorry.
Mission
you
accomplished.
added to my file share. You're gonna be on YouTube or something like that in a little montage of randomness.
sir. I might say the same. I might say the same for you. You never know. I may beat you to it. Not that I can tell, although there is a young boy. Good lord! Little children, good lord.
Well, you see, young child, we will not disclose our exact ages to you, but we'll tell you we're old enough to have gone on a Negro hunting expedition, an elephant hunting excursion, and we fought through a war.
Indeed, the war. Quite a disconcerting conflict, to be certain. Yes, child, the war.
Which one?
The war? How do you not know what war we're talking about?
Because there's millions. You're really right now.
There are not millions of wars going on now. That is an impossible number that would require that there would be millions of individual governments to fight those said wars.
Okay, there's like 4. So go with yours.
You're funny.
Young child, you are both too young to be playing this game and using that language, and I insist you cease and desist right now.
That actually is
They tell you, Circle, my favorite sidearm during the war was the Mauser C96 pistol. It's known as the broom handle.
A wonderful
Time's almost
pistol
up.
indeed.
I say, one time we were fighting in the desert with the species, and I shot a chap and he fell on the sand. At that moment I realized I was out of ammunition, reached for another stripper clip in the pocket when another one attacked me with a knife. I fought him off with my knife.
We got the bomb.
But not before he cut an artery in my leg and I passed out. That is when you, Sir Golden, came in and carried me 26
We lost
miles
that round,
to
but it's
safety.
not over yet. Get ready for the next one.
Indeed, Sanderson, I remember this story.
Search and destroy.
The sand was biting my face, and I
Destroy the
remember that my
objective.
horse had died of dysentery
Bomb
earlier
acquired.
that day. I had no water and had to
Hostile
recycle
RCXD
my own
spotted.
urine for the next 3 hours, carrying you those 25 miles all the way back to base camp. And because of adverse connections, I am robbed what is rightfully mine.
What the fuck?
Do not use such language in front of me, boy, or else I shall whip thee.
Quite.
It's thigh. Whip thigh. Or whip thou.
Young boy, not only are you young enough to be my grandson, you do not even know what you are speaking of. Therefore, I
We lost
demand
that
you
round, but it's
remain
not over
silent.
yet. Get ready for the next one.
I don't command myself to
Dude, I need to buy one of those.
One of what,
What?
sir?
I know
Answer
what
the
you guys are
question.
using.
We are using an Xbox, but you are using that yourself as well.
Search and destroy.
I confused you guys.
Defend the objective.
The switch what on and off?
Throwing frag!
The way they're talking.
Oh, so girls, encounter one of these types of things, we'd be using a voice changer.
Oh, good God, not one of these annoying bastards again.
In fact, sir, I'll tell you what we're using. We're using courage, lots of pipe tobacco, and killed lots of animals, and that is how we speak like this. That's all we've used, adrenaline and tobacco.
He's dead, Sir Anderson. Your words are falling on literally deaf ears.
No, no, unfortunately.
And he has left the game.
What?
Ever. That is the dumbest name ever.
Sir, there's no need to be so insultuous. Please refrain from using such vulgar language and being so mean, as you would call it, around your fellow sportsmen.
Shut up, kid.
Kid, sir, you close your mouth. You are clearly the child. Fucking an instant one of that.
I'm sorry, I can't help laughing, but you're the funniest.
The bomb has been planted.
Thank you,
No,
sir.
he's not. Far from it.
Sir, you're only saying that because I've insulted you. You know quite well that I'm
Idiot,
very
no one
funny.
wants to listen to you, so why don't you shut your mic off?
Actually, sir, I believe you're quite mistaken. Multiple people adore me and my fellow Sir Golson.
Indeed. Gentlemen forever.
Yes, gentlemen forever.
Damn. Cowardly bastard.
Sir Golson, these insolent children, two of them, in fact, believe that we should speak because we are not funny, when one of their own peers has in fact admitted that we are funny.
Such contradiction is a sign of asinine.
We didn't come here to fail. Bring it next time.
Is that Morse code?
No, Sanderson, that is not Morse code. I spent enough time in the military, and so have you, to recognize Morse code when we hear it.
It's just been so many years since the war, Sir Golson. I've forgotten. I apologize.
So the
Indeed.
war. That's what you're talking about. The war.
The war, sir.
Yes, young child, the war.
You guys are awesome.
Thank you, we know.